start with Unit 7, the reading part. Okay, yeah. So for reading, for the first paragraph, Unit 7, would you please read together, be yourself.
Be yourself.
Many people, would you please move on, many people. Yeah, not just one line. Come on, the whole page. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Many people. In a world overwhelmed by brand names. Yeah, this is a very powerful first paragraph. I mean, like, do you think that you are losing your identity in this world when, like, where it is filled with a lot of brand names? I mean, like, may I ask you a quick question? Please name a brand you know, and we need to continue. And you cannot repeat a brand name said by your classmates. Here, Sandy, name one brand name you know. Nike, Ruby, Junior, name one brand name you know. Apple. Oh yeah, Apple. Yichen, name one brand name you know. Prada. A high school girl who had that. Melissa, you cannot repeat a name. New Balance. I like that. Cindy. Any brand name you know? Yeah, sure. Xinyi, any brand name you know? Drinks, for example. Okay, yeah, if you start to talk about drinks, 茶汤会、清茶、五十岚、康拜. Like, this goes on and on. But what about we just focus on clothes, foods, and not things you eat, but things you use. We cannot talk about foods. We talk about products, things you cannot eat or drink, things other than eating and drinking. Do you think of any brand names you know? Things not related to food and drink. Oh, really? For example, Prada and what else? Harness, Edmund, yeah. So are we going to talk about like all the brand names? Like here, yeah, you say Gucci, Dolce and Gabbana, Louis Vuitton, Edmund, yeah, goes on and on and on. But what about you? What about you? What's your favorite brand? Do you have your favorite brand? Think about it. Maybe she would say her favorite brand is Prada right now. Yeah. But here, like many people know the importance of being true to themselves. May I ask you the word true? What does it mean? Translation. Pinyin. If you say being true to yourself, how would you translate the word true? Does Pinyin have a nickname? Is there any way you can differentiate? Wei. Chun. Do you have a better name for her? Why Wei? Does it have to do with any of her like personal features? Wei. How do you write out the word Wei? Wei. Does Amy have a nickname? I mean.
肉仔吗？肉仔。去啊！我都叫长号。
肉仔。长号。说来反正是可以长号。Hey Amy, here, 数这个东西翻比较好。Yeah, it means this. 不是指的是 real, it means sincere or honest. So like here, are you true to your own ideas? It's like when you need to make a decision. Are you true to your own beliefs or are you true to your own desire? I mean, like, are you true to yourself? So like here, when you say, are you true to yourself? You mean like, do you always act in the way that is true about your personality, like that? But unfortunately, more and more people are losing their sense of identity. So when you say your sense of identity, what do you mean? Yeah, you sense of identity. Julie, when you say somebody's sense of identity, you mean? Are you thinking? Okay, yeah. sometimes it's hard to tell whether Julie is thinking or daydreaming. That's very difficult. But here, like sense of Julie would be your perception of yourself. 这地方 perception 这个字提过了吗 ？perception. Perceive. How do you spell the word perceive? P-E-R-C-E-I-V-E. So when you say you try to perceive something, means you try to feel something. 感知一件事情，感受一件事情，这个是 perceive. 所以呢，在第7课讲的是 your own perceptions about your personality and how your self-identity has been influenced by our environment, especially the brand names around you. Okay, yeah. So like here, when you talk about your sense of identity, you mean your perception of yourself. So I think the word perception, P-R-C-E-P-T-I-O-N. 所以 perception 它名词都指的是感知 your feeling and your idea, perception of something. 所以说你对某事情的认知是什么 ？perception, P-R-C-E-P-T-I-O-N. 这个字用起来蛮不错啦，所以他就说，哎，你对这件事情的感觉是什么 ？What's your perception of this? What's your feeling of this? 你对这个事情的感知是什么 ？Like that. So when you talk about losing your sense of identity, you mean you don't know who you really are. Like that. In a world overwhelmed by brand names. So when you talk about overwhelmed, we talked about this word like several lessons ago. But here, 这地方的 overwhelmed, when you say the job is overwhelming. You mean it is too difficult, or the amount of work is too much for you to handle? 可是这地方的 overwhelm 怎么办比较好？这一课的文章很简单，可是有一些用法用字很好，可以学一下。可是这地方的 overwhelm 怎么写比较好 ？Overwhelmed by brand names. 因为当你说这个工作 is too overwhelming， 让我无法招架。可是地方当动词嘞 ，means there are too many things in a place like this. So like here there is a word that begins with the letter F. 洪水 ，flood 这个字当动词就是把东西淹没，当名词就是洪水，所以你可以说 the tsunami， 有 tsunami 海啸 ，the tsunami flooded the area of Indonesia。那个海啸呢，使得印尼的区域都被淹没了 ，flood a place 就是使淹没。可是这地方如果把它翻译成这边的话，怎么解释比较好？说在一个怎样的世界，我们慢慢的。失去了自己的认同感 This overwhelmed by brand names. Make a guess. Jane. Oh, sorry, Jane. 月珍 2 words.
Nature calling.
Yeah, nature's calling. But before you go, could you please give us a Chinese translation for overwhelmed by? Okay, yeah, see you then. Okay. When you say like a place is overwhelmed by 充斥着啊，这个知道哦，就充斥，不行，不然你想要什么？在夜市总是充斥着各种冒牌商品。Our night markets are always overwhelmed by fake products. So when you say a place is overwhelmed by, it's just like the place is full of, is filled with, is something is everywhere in the place. Is okay? Yeah. So when you talk about this. Here， 这地方有一个分词构句哦。这地方最后这一句 ，More and more people are losing their sense of identity in the world, overwhelmed by brand names。从哪里到哪里呢？从 overwhelmed to brand names。Like here， 如果这个地方原本是一个关系子句的话，应该是被这个东西所充满的世界，所以这地方应该是 which is，which is overwhelmed by。So like here。Many people are losing their sense of identity in the world, which is overwhelmed by brand names. Is that okay? Yeah. So like here, before we move on, could you please read the paragraph once again? Be yourself.
Be yourself. Many people know the
importance of being true to themselves. But unfortunately, more and more people are losing their sense of identity in the world, overwhelmed by brand names. Yeah, thank you. Could you please move on, whether or not? Brand name product. Here， 这个可以问一下吗？这个字怎么念？不是 decision 哦，不是 decision， 是人 decision，OK，decision make decision 的意思 ，like here，yeah， 我们用这个 decision，yeah， thank you，a survey。 or Coca-Cola? Pepsi or Coca-Cola? Pick one. Mos Burgers or McDonald's? Mos Burgers or Kentucky Fried Chicken? Mos Burgers or Niagara? Niagara is the local brand. It's the local brand. Yeah, not so sure. Maybe I'll look it up next time. But here, if I ask you, why do you choose Mos Burgers all the time? Is it because the food is really better there?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so like, what about HTC or Apple?
Apple.
Why not HTC? Nike or Adidas? Nike or Puma? Nike or New Balance? Really? Nike or Vans? Like here, when it comes to brand, I mean like you need to have your own opinions about the brand you like. Like here, whether or not an item is a brand name product often plays a vital role in customers' decision making and pre-review. Whether or not. Will you please read the first example, whether or not? Still uncertain. But what about the second one, whether or not? He's rich. I still like him. Are these two examples the same? I mean, do the two whether or not mean the same thing in the two examples? Whether or not she will come is still uncertain. Whether or not he's rich, I still like him. 这边的意思解释成 Yeah, maybe, maybe not. This. But the second example, whether or not he's rich. Yeah, you mean no matter whether. Whether 这个用法其实是从 no matter whether 变过来的。可现在你说不管它是否这样，就直接 whether， 可是不能用 no matter 哦，这地方注意一下。这边我知道，如果我问你说不管他有没有钱，我说一个 no matter he is rich or not， 这个地方一定要用 whether 哦，不能直接用 no matter 哦，知道我意思吗？所以这个地方的意思是不管。所以这地方的 whether 其实从 no matter whether 过来的，可是你这个现在在用的时候不能写 no matter， 要写 whether。虽然我知道说 no matter 你会想要写，那是因为语感上你会把那个 no matter where you go, I will follow you 那个语感把它拉到这边来。可是讲不管的时候是 whether。It's okay, yeah. And here for whether or not she will come is still uncertain。这个地方第一个重点表示是否的时候，这边只有一个句子哦。第一句话只有一个句子，这件事情还是不被确定的。知道吗？在这个地方 ，whether or not he is rich, I still like him。这个地方的句子是有几个句子呢？有两个句子哦。它把 whether or not 这个地方有点像当连接词一样，跟 when 的用法一样，把它连接在一起。Whether or not he is rich, I still like him。You know what I mean？ 所以这地方有两个句子 ，but here there's only one sentence。You know what I mean? Okay. And then or not. When you mean if or not, the part or not is it optional？ 这地方 or not 可以拿掉吗？Yeah, you can just say whether she will come， 她是否会出席还不被确定。But here， 如果你说不管她有没有钱，这个 or not 不可以省略哦，知道吗？稍微想一下，你说无论他会不会来，这个活动还是要照常进行。Whether or not he comes, the activity will go on schedule 或是 on time。所以这个地方的 whether or not 表示不管的时候，这个 or not 要启用哦。You know what I mean? Okay. So before we move on, just please read the first example once again, whether or not she will come is still uncertain. And the second one, whether or not he's rich. I still like him. Yeah, thank you. So like here, when you talk about play a vital role, in is a special preposition, so just a review. And here, decision making. 这地方就只是把动词放在名词的后面当一件事情 like bicycle riding, mountain climbing. It's okay? And here, a survey was recently conducted. 这个地方 conduct 跟 survey 进行一个研究，进行一项调查。Recently just means maybe some time ago, 最近的事情。And here, for find out how brand name blah blah blah. Here, you use the expression find out that. What does that mean? When you say a survey was recently conducted to find out how brand names influence people's shopping choices. When you say find out something, what does that mean? You mean you 找到一个东西吗 ？No, it means you know about something. 这个用法要稍微注意一下。当你用 find out 的时候，它指的一定是一件事情，不会是一个物体哦。这边稍微注意一下。如果你说我找到我的手表了 ，I found my watch， 可是你不能说 I found out my watch， 不行。这地方 find out 就指的是抽象的事情，发现一件事情或者找到一个原因，所以这地方 find out 一定会接一个抽象的事件。For example, this one. Could you please read the first example? Sherlock found out that Watson really loved him. Yeah. Don't you agree that? Don't you agree with that? I always have the doubt that Watson actually loved Sherlock Holmes. You don't believe that Watson is gay? Watson is gay, definitely, 100%. Anyway, second one. She was surprised too. She was surprised to find out how he lied to her. So like here, found out that 发现一件事情，直接接句子，或是 find out 加上 WH 的子句。It's okay. 所以你说我现在还是不知道他把我的书藏在哪里。I still couldn't find out where she hid my book. 这样可以吗？所以这地方无论是只要是用 find out 的时候，一定是发现一件事情，以及但是用 find 的时候，就找到一个东西，实体的东西。It's okay? Yeah. Okay, move on. So like here, the results show that roughly 40% of those questioned agree that blah blah blah. Here we talk about roughly and means this. But may I ask you a review of word beginning with the letter A? 印象吗？ We haven't talked about the word for some time. 5 seconds. It's a long word. Approximately. So like if we say approximate, how do you spell the word approximate? Appropriate, right? 所以前面都是一样 approximate. 但是这个地方的 mate 会变成 approximately. 所以这个地方 when you say like the approximate figure of the people injured in the accident is still unknown. 那一个意外受伤的人数还没有被确定，还未知。And here for those questions agree that the brain was more crucial than all the other factors. And ask you here the word question. It means this. Another word just be surveil. 所以这地方的 question 其实是 survey 的意思。But here may I ask you 这个句子。From the results show that roughly 40% all the way to factors. 如果有一个分词构句，就是从关系子句被简化掉的话，在哪里呢？我可以先问一下吗？这个句子的起词在哪里？有点长。主词就是从 the 到 results， 动词呢 show， 受词呢 show 对不对？受词是 all the way from that。到 factors， 所以这句话的结构就只有这个结果显示出了这件事情，所以后面的问题在这里，从 that 一路到这里。如果这是第二个子句，从 roughly 到 factors， 这边有一个分词构句在哪里？看得出来吗？后面这个地方 roughly 这里，我可以问一下吗？从 roughly 到 factors， 因为我觉得大家最近有一些句子大家要确认一下，我可以问一下从 roughly 到 factors 这句话的动词在哪里？是 question 吗？还是 agreed 的，是 agreed 哦。所以这地方如果你确定这是主要动词的话，那这个 question 的这边是什么东西？是关系子句。所以这个里面的分词构句就只有这个字哦。什么意思呢？它其实原句是这样 ：Those who were questioned， 这样懂哦。所以这边呢，你意思上我觉得你没问题的，只是有时候因为毕竟是后文的句子，稍微再细心一点辨别一下。所以这边原本句是说 ，The results show that roughly 40% of those people who were questioned， 那些被调查的人，那些被询问的人，同意说这件事情。所以这边一整个是一个大的名词，也就是说这些人同意后面的事情。Okay, yeah. So like here, this is all. Yeah. So like it's okay. So like before we move on, we can read the paragraphs together or not. Training product often plays a vital role in customers' decision making. A survey was recently conducted to find out how branding influence people's shopping choices. The results show that roughly 40% of those questions agree that the brand was more crucial than all the other are so? The question is, 地狱的 so. The question is, why do so many people prefer brand name products? One of the biggest impacts is probably commercial advertising featuring entertainment and sports celebrities. Their endorsements of these brands send one message to the public. Image is important. So it's like, when you talk about Nike, you think of Nike. When you talk about Adidas, you think of Jolene. When you think of Puma, you think of Big Mouth. Maybe Big Mouth. That group, that top group. Yeah, when you think of New Balance, who is the spokesperson for New Balance? In the past, maybe it was a male singer that was the spokesperson for New Balance, but now, can you think of who the spokesperson for New Balance is? Maybe not. So like here, sometimes like you see, maybe you don't think you are influenced by brand names, but somehow when you need to make a decision, maybe you will pick the brand whose spokesperson is more famous or is more of your type of idol. So like here, maybe you think you are not influenced by brand names, but maybe you are. Think about it. So like here the question is, why do so many people prefer brand name products? 这地方有个小地方注意一下，在冒号的后面要大写。这地方如果你说他说she said， 或者说 I need to tell you something， 冒号后面第一个接完整句，第二个呢这地方要大写，这只是一个 format 的问题，可以注意一下。And here for the word it goes to one of the biggest impacts， 最大的影响之一 is probably commercial advertising featuring love。这地方可以问一个问题，从 one 到 celebrities 又有一个分词过去，可以问一下吗？ Here, can ask you. One of the biggest impacts is probably commercial advertising featuring entertainment and sports celebrities. Oh. 最大的影响之一可能是那些怎样的广告。Or what about feature? What does the word feature mean? Feature. The movie featured Sherlock Holmes is the one I like the best. So when you say feature something, you mean use someone as the main character. 这个地方知道吗？意思我不说。所以这边如果你说 the magazine features Bradley Cooper, you mean Bradley Cooper is the main character being used in the magazine. You know Bradley Cooper? No idea. The guy who plays the role in the movie Burnt. You know Burnt? No idea. B-U-R-N-T. Burnt. The movie Burnt is in movie theater right now. Any idea? Burnt. He plays the role of a chef in the movie. No idea. 天才大学. There's only one word in the movie like Burnt. And here for featuring two celebrities, 这地方是分词构句，原句是在这里哦。Which features? 所以这地方主动态 which 大写没叫 in the feature. See? So like here is probably commercial advertising which features entertainment and sports celebrities. Okay? Yeah, this is it. So like here before we move on, please read the chorus again. So the question is this. Why do so many people prefer brand name products? One of the biggest impacts is probably commercial advertising featuring entertainment and sports celebrities. Their endorsements of these brands send one message to the public. Image is important. Yeah, the real range. And here, originally we should cover the reading quiz of Unit 7 this Friday.